Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
If you look to the left of our forward motion in the center of Bay Lake, you'll see Discovery Island, a beautiful tropical sanctuary for hundreds of rare and endangered birds.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic. Joining us for our DVC / Resort Loop Roundtable, because we're going to cover a few different things today. Joining us, Mr. Brad Coates.
Hey everybody, good to see you again, or hear you.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, Miss Rebecca Toon.
Well, hello, Tim.
Hello, guys.
It's been a minute.
Oh, it's been too long.
It is, but that's okay. We know you're a very busy and important man.
Well, I'll say busy. I wouldn't say important. But unfortunately, Emily could not join us. Joe could not join us, but we'll have them on again as soon as possible. We miss them so much.
Do you think we're in the same place together talking about us like we were just talking about them?
Now that makes sense.
That makes sense. I mean, I guess it's the great too.
Oh my goodness. So
but either way, shout out to them and we miss them.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. A lot of news. I don't think we're really going to talk on the whole Orlando thing going on right now with the Reedy Creek thing. That's a different show. There's a lot going on.
That one makes my brain hurt. I don't want to do that one.
We need our...
But boy, is it fascinating.
It's so fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
It is
fun to watch. I
don't know how it's going to end, but it's going to be a fun show to watch.
Honestly, I don't know that in our time we will see it end.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was about to say. You sure about the end part?
It's true. It might be a couple generations away from some of the clauses I've read.
What is it? In perpetuity, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
But soon we'll find out more about it. It's fun.
Right. All right. Well, we'll get some exciting news stories. Who's going to start us off? Where are we going? Where are we going with this show?
We go.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, it was me, right?
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm Brad.
First.
We are an orderly group, and
we get out of my way. I'm coming on the entrance ramp. Move aside. Here I come. Okay. So some of you probably already been paying close attention to the World Drive expansion, because we all love to talk about construction at Disney World. It just makes our day.
We love roads.
And especially when the expansion is roads. I mean, they're just so valuable. So they are valuable, don't get me wrong. But the main reason why that's important is because it's affecting certain areas of transport and everything. So just a reminder, I guess it's Shades of Green. If you're in the military and you're able to stay at Shades of Green, well, they've received a notice that the upcoming World Drive project is set to begin on May 1st. And that during that project, the walkways between Shades of Green and Polynesian Village Resort are going to be closed to guests. So you will not be able to, from Shades of Green, get over to Polynesian as you were able to in the past, or will be able to in the future once they open it back up. It's going to be about 1.6 miles of roadway that they're redoing. They're doing a 100-foot vehicular bridge they're redoing. They're restructuring some retaining walls and putting in 3 roundabouts. So we just love roundabouts too.
Oh my God. Really? Oh, Disney, you had a good run. I'm sorry.
I know. It's like, oh, please. I don't even want to get into that. My hometown did that. It's like, it's in the country in Colorado, and they're putting in roundabouts in the country. It's like, let's put up a 4-way stop. Calm yourselves.
Not with the roundabout.
Yeah, we've got them around here. Now, it's always a challenge.
So I guess from what the Orlando Business Journal is saying, it's going to take they're expecting it to take at least 2 years to complete. So it's going to be a long, drawn out process. And of course, I don't know if you've seen any of the lately of the pictures that are coming out on the expansion at the Polynesian, but that's coming along. Doesn't look like it's coming along real fast, but you know how that is when they're doing the basic underworkings. It looks like it's going slow, and then they start putting up walls, and it's like, whoa.
Right.
So that's supposed to be done in late 2024. So
I'm not getting to that tower. I'm kind of shocked at how tall it actually looks there.
Yeah, it's actually,
It's a little more
I've heard that
mammoth than I pictured in my head.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be maybe the tallest tower on property. Will be. I don't know for sure, but I'm not going to get that.
That was my daughter who never calls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put her on. Put her on.
Put her on, yeah. Put her on.
Send her the link.
I just have a question.
Let one of us answer. What do you want?
Does that mean that the Polynesian Tower will be built more quickly than this road work?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
And this may be a dumb question, but I don't like roads and in construction like that always confuses me. Is that done by Disney or is that done by the state of Florida?
Well, it was Reedy Creek. I don't know who now.
Oh, we thought we weren't talking about
We were
Reedy
going to
Creek.
talk about it. Yeah, it's
Just 4 guys and a shovel.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This new committee that went, wait a minute, we didn't sign up for this. Governor DeSantis, I'm not shoveling no dirt. That's not what I'm in.
That is not what I
signed
do. Okay, so we're not I just happened to think about that. I was curious as to.
But when you think about that, that's a good point because you think about 1.6 miles of road. Okay, I get that. It's not small, but it's not like drastic.
Right.
But the 100-foot vehicular bridge is probably the biggest time. But that amount of time to put in less than 2 miles of road, not even to put it in. I don't think they're putting it in. They're just expanding and.
I thought they were.
I don't know.
Maybe moving. Well, no, not Royal Drive,
they?
but the other road a little bit. So maybe go through the parking lot to give a little more room for the Polynesian.
That makes sense. You know what? That makes sense because of the new build. That makes sense. So it must be new road, and it is swamp country. So.
Well, that's true. And if it's 100-foot bridge?
I just gonna get stuck.
Yeah, 100-foot vehicular bridge. That's
impressive.
That's going to take a while. That's pretty big. So.
Is that length or height? Maybe it's a big
objects
square.
are smaller than they appear.
It's a big
Except
square.
for the tower.
Right.
Interesting. Okay, so I guess we'll wait and see who's going to build it.
Right.
Yep.
Might take much longer than the 2 years now. We'll have to see.
Well, yeah, it may be put on hold. Well, in that case, we're going to go from land to sea, and we're going to talk a little bit about DVC cruises and some in the works for those. So Disney Vacation Club is now offering 2 firsts for its member cruises in 2024. The first is a members only cruise to Europe. And the second features a double dip at Lighthouse Point, Disney's brand new, not yet finished, hope Reedy Creek doesn't have anything to do with that, private island.
Yeah.
And I feel like I may just be setting this up for Brad a little bit later because I just heard through the grapevine that he has one of these cruises booked. I've also determined that the reason Brad so graciously gave me this news story is because I can only pronounce about half of the destination points listed.
Actually, I offered to take it, and
Oh my!
But
that's a good perk. I'm glad you pointed that out.
in May of 2024, DVC members will have the opportunity to sail the Disney Dream in the Mediterranean on a 7-night voyage, departing Barcelona and making several stops in Italy and France before returning to Barcelona. So that is, again, May 18th. It will depart from Barcelona. You will stop in any number of hard to pronounce places along the way, including one that really looks like it's called Ceviche, but I don't think that's right. But it does look incredible. You have a couple of days at sea, some days in Spain, some days in Italy, Monte Carlo. So it looks like an incredible trip before returning to Barcelona on May 25th. And then the following month, members can travel on the Disney Magic for a 5-night trip out of Fort Lauderdale with 2 stops at the brand new Lighthouse Point,
nice,
as well as a visit to Castaway Cay. This one again will depart on June 14th from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You will arrive at Lighthouse Point on the next day, and then on Sunday at Castaway Cay, back to Lighthouse Point on the 17th. and then enjoy a day at sea on the 18th before returning to Fort Lauderdale on the 19th. That sounds incredible. Disney Vacation Club member-only cruises are known for offering a slate of celebrity guests on board, as well as unique stateroom gifts for all travelers. Past cruises have featured appearances from the likes of composers, Pixar creative chief Pete Docter, Goofy voice actor Bill Farmer, and many more. Do note that the 7-night European cruise will be given the full member cruise treatment. Oh, that sounds fancy. While the June Disney Magic sailing is branded as a member exclusive, and the fine print does indicate that regular cruise programming will not be altered and daily in-room gifts are not included. So you get to double dip, but you do not get any gifts, I believe is what it's telling us. Booking dates and prices have not yet been revealed. Both cash and points reservations will be offered, however. Points must qualify for membership extras in order to be applied toward the cost of the cruise. Wow.
Nice.
And Brad, you'll be joining them on one of those, it sounds like.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, I just pulled it back up. It's I'm heading out August 30th of 2024 on just a quick 3-night, but I'm mainly just taking it so I can go check out Lighthouse Point one right after it opens up.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it opens in June. June 8th seemed to be right, if I remember correctly. Okay. So, yep. Okay. It's going to be fun. It's looking what little we're seeing so far. I mean, it's not built yet, so it's just, digitized pictures, digital computer generated type pictures. But
do you have any sort of compare and contrast to like Castaway Cay, like what to expect if you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there quite a few times, and the only thing I can say is that it definitely looks like it's more compact, so it's not as spread out based on what they're showing so far. But that's about all I can say about it. I don't really see a lot about it at this point.
Okay. Have you been on a members only cruise in the past, or have you just cruised? No. I was just curious what like some of the member, like the gifts and things like that might include. That sounds really neat.
Now, I have talked to a few people about that, and they've done some really creative stuff over the years, and they don't really, Tim can tell you when you go on, sometimes when you go to or back in the day when you would go to Disney training for travel agents, sometimes you get some pretty cool stuff. You go to some pretty special places you weren't expecting. Like one time we were taken through through his Walt's private apartment and everything at Disneyland, and we got to go into the back side of they call that, the special room, like what they have at the castle at Magic Kingdom. And you can't ever get in there, but we were taken through. So that's what they do on the cruises. They do some really unique stuff and done some kind of cool hand-signed things from some of these special people. But like you said, it's almost like they're sounding like going into I hope it's just the way they're wording it. Because to me, that's one of the main reasons it's the only reason I would do a members-only cruise. Because the members-only cruises are not a deal.
Okay.
They're expensive.
Right.
Okay.
They're more expensive than a cruise.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm. But people would do it because they got to meet some really cool people, Jody Benson, people like that on the cruise.
Okay. The draw. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
I'm wondering if this ability to double dip into the new private island is a draw as well.
Yeah. And I'm confident that, in fact, it was funny because I was looking at the dates. They came out early, and I was looking at the 3-night, and they're doing 3-night cruises to Lighthouse Point, 4-night. There's one place where there was a gap for whatever it was, 4 or 5 nights, whatever it is. And I'm going, oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. Yeah, that's going to be the member cruise.
That's the member cruise right there.
Yeah, that's going to be that. And sure enough, that looks like that's the slot. So
okay, well, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear more. Yeah,
I'm glad they had the cash option, so you don't have to burn through your points.
Right. And that's a little bit different because if I remember correctly, this last go around, they made it where I think it was you had to have at least one person in the cabin had to pay it full in points. If I may be wrong on that. So
something about that sounds familiar. Something about that sounds familiar. Yes.
Yeah, because in the past you could kind of go either way. You could just book it because you're a member, and then you could pay for it however you wanted. But it was different this last round. It was like, oh wow, because that's the other side of it. Those Disney cruises, those member cruises, are really not cheap if you're using points.
If you're using points, well, yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. So
this year's in-room gift will include a shovel and a tape measure so that you can build the road over by the Polynesian.
On the way back. Yeah, it's kind of like the old Castaway Key challenge, you know. It's going to be the Lighthouse Point Challenge. You don't run a race. You work in the hot sun and sweat and big holes.
You bury the electrical line.
Don't give Disney any ideas. Knock it off. Okay.
You know, here's all I'm going to say about that, Brad. There would absolutely be people who paid to do that.
Yep. Just because it's on Disney property.
That's right. That's right. And 20 years from then, they'd bring their child to the Lighthouse Point and they would say, see this? I built this.
Yeah. I tell you, I love the itinerary for the Lighthouse Point where you only go to Lighthouse Point and Castaway Key.
Yeah.
Because when you want to escape reality, you're in the total Disney bubble that way. Would you guys, do you guys think that itinerary might be popular in the future or one they stick with or go with?
I would think so. I mean, if it depends on what they're going to do, whether they're going to keep sailing. I love the fact that they're taking the magic to Fort Lauderdale. I love it because that's my favorite port to cruise out of. To be honest. Yeah. It's so easy. You literally, when you land the plane, grab your bags, walk out, cross the road, get on the boat. It's so close to the cruise terminal. And when we took the cruise this last, we went on a Southern Caribbean cruise with another line not to be mentioned, and we literally booked a hotel stay the night before in a hotel that had a free shuttle from the airport and then had a free shuttle to the cruise line.
Nice.
So got off the plane, went to the hotel, got up in the morning, and literally it was like a 8-minute drive from the hotel to the port. So it just makes it, you don't have that hour drive that, figuring out how am I going to afford to pay to get transportation to the cruise terminal is just so simple. You can Uber. It's crazy.
It just makes such a big difference. Travel to where you're going now is such a convoluted thing at times that whenever you find something convenient, it is wonderful.
Right.
Yep.
And it works how you plan on it.
Yeah. I just realized I forgot there was some kind of a mix-up on the shuttle. And so we weren't scheduled on it. I just remembered we did. We got an Uber.
Oh, wow.
Take us over. It's like $15. We were there.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So I tried to do the cruise that you just mentioned, Tim. That's the one I really wanted to do.
Yes.
But the dates just wouldn't work for my wife's work schedule. So we ended up doing a Lighthouse Point in Nassau.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's okay. We're still going to have a lot of fun.
Just get on the ship. Just get on the ship.
That's right. This will be number 9 for me, so I'm almost there.
Oh my goodness!
Close, getting there.
Sweet.
Wow!
Get you up to that. What was it the Pearl status? Got to get you up to that one. Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to live that long. So, see, let me calculate. I'm 60. How many slide the 2 carried over? Wow, 182 years old, man. I can't.
Well, in that case, we better move on to our next story.
Yes, we do. Because before I move on to the afterlife, let's talk about Disney After Hours.
I'd love that.
Oh, we're nailing the segues tonight.
There you go. I actually asked if I could talk about this because I'm planning a trip with my family coming up here in just a few weeks. We're gonna miss Rebecca by just a little bit. A couple weeks. She's going out even sooner. Look at her. But I was shocked because usually when you try to do these things, they're sold out. Now, first off, for our DVC fans, Disney After Hours is not Moonlight Magic. Moonlight Magic is the exact same structure, exact same features. If you read what a Moonlight Magic, those are the free nights they offer to DVC members who are blue card carriers who qualify. They're a free night that you get to go. Those, when you book them, you're good luck. If you don't, it's like trying to book, Tron virtual queue 2 hours after park open. It ain't going to happen. So it's midnight. After Hours is actually a paid event, but as DVC members, you can do it, and it comes at a discount. So, for example, the upcoming Epcot ones. The Epcot ones. The costs in June, July, August are either $139 per person or $129 per person, but for DVC members, it's only $99. Now, just quick reminder for those that don't know what an after hours is. It basically adds on 3 extra hours after the park closes for guests who have a ticket for it. So then the park will close at, I believe, 9. And then depending upon when it closes, you either go from 9 to 12, or I believe there's certain dates when they'll go to 1 a.m., but you got 3 hours. And like any other after, ticket, Christmas party, all those, they allow you to come into the park earlier than your ticket starts. So for my family, for example, we're set up on one. We can go in at 7, get into the park, where there'll be all the other people still there. But then at 10 or 9, they all have to leave, and then only those of us with tickets get to remain. So this is the party that does, lots of short line get on the rides, but it also is the party that includes unlimited Mickey bars, popcorn, soda, snacks at the carts are set up throughout the park. And you go up, and after hours, you just go up and say what you want, and they give it to you. We've actually done one of these before with my wife and I, and I thought she'd put them out of business. She's such a Mickey bar fiend. But once the sugar coma kicked in, she slowed down. So it wasn't that bad. But so anyway,
how do they determine? Is it wristbands? I'm just curious.
Yeah, have you ever been for a Christmas party or for the Halloween party?
Yeah, same concept.
Way. Yep,
nice.
Same way. Yep, that's
good.
how they do it.
And I always love that you could get in earlier, because we would just skip the ticket for that day, use our after hours.
Absolutely.
Take it easy during the day, have lots of energy when we went in, and it was such a nice way to do the parks.
Yeah, we don't mind paying the extra when we get to do that, and especially with the DVC discount that help is only $99 a person only. But you compare that to what was it Christmas this last year, like 170 or something?
Yeah, it was close to 200.
Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh. So 99 is a pretty good deal. Yeah. But the thing about
how late do they stay open again?
And it's 3 hours after the park closes. So if the park closes at 10. Then they'll stay open until 1.
Okay.
And then, and it sounds like whether they do that or not, or they close at 9 and it stays open till midnight, either park you still get in at 7.
Okay. Oh, wow.
It was reading to me. So if you did the later park, you actually would get another extra hour.
Wow.
Inside the park. So the main reason I wanted to touch base on it, though, and the reason why it was interesting to me was, now, by the way, I did do some research. So for those of you, I don't have the details here and it would get too convoluted. So if you're interested in Moonlight Magic, okay, and you'd like to do one of those parties that are free to DVC members, there actually are a couple of those coming up the booking window hasn't opened yet. June 14th, the window will open for Animal Kingdom Park, and they're doing events on July 11th and August 2nd. So you could book one of those. There's also some for Typhoon Lagoon after hours, but Epcot and I think Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, I think you can still, there's a general registration. So, but like I said, I want to get into all the details. Go to the DVC site, log in, and take a look. They're still available, but just know this. If it says June 14th, Pay attention when it says you got to get on and book, because you need to get on within the first few minutes usually. But here's the weird part. In the past, the after hours parties, there was just a few of them, right? Do you remember those in the past, Tim? Last year when they were doing those, you could pay to get in for after hours, but there's usually only like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, there were not a lot. No. Yeah.
It wasn't a lot.
Right, no. They sold out quickly, I seem to remember.
And they sold out quickly, okay? Well, right now, on the Walt Disney site, there are currently, for the months of May and June, so we are right there, May and June, there's 8 booking dates for Hollywood Studios for this party, for 8 different, every Wednesday they offer one.
Wow.
And there's still availability on every Wednesday that they offer them. The only date that was marked out was the 10th, but I can't tell if it's sold out or just May 10th. I don't know if it's sold out or it just wasn't offered. Then at Epcot, every single Thursday from June 1st through August 24th, there's still availability for every party every single Thursday. And Typhoon Lagoon, there's 18 of them from May clear up into September, and there's availability in every single party.
Wow.
I'm wondering, what do you guys think? I get this feeling that...
Say what trend? What is this? What are we seeing?
Yeah, it's like, well, this is a great money generating tool. We're going to just dive off the high dive and go deep. But I'm wondering if somebody higher up is looking at the numbers coming in going, what did we just do?
What did we just do?
Yeah, are those going to start falling off? Because are they going to literally keep the park open every night if they don't sell out?
If they don't sell out or they don't sell enough?
Right.
And what is keeping people from booking them? Like, why aren't they selling? Like, I'm wondering if this is somehow tied to the reservation system that we're being forced into right now.
Or maybe it's just what we've talked about for ad nauseum for years now. One day Disney's going to push that price so high,
right,
that people are going to push back
with their wall.
Yeah, and I can only go by my clients, but I don't know what you've been running into, Tim. But when it comes to Disney World, I'm not seeing the movement that I've had in years past. I'm just not.
True, and Brad, there are tons of discounts out for this summer.
Yeah, they just started dropping a bunch for summer.
Right.
Already, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It just makes me, so when I saw all those open party dates, I thought, so right now, literally, if I wanted to, I booked an Epcot after hours, and we're doing that on June 1st. But I could book a May 31st after hours at Hollywood Studios right now if I wanted to spend another $700 and some, which I'm not sure I want to. Do I want it that bad? I don't know. Yeah. But if it was Magic Kingdom, I might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's openings for. I don't think I put down Magic Kingdom. I didn't. No, I don't think there's any for Magic Kingdom.
Oh, Magic Kingdom sold out.
Well, or they just didn't offer it.
Oh, that
and which may be the case with Tron being an issue they would run into an issue with that. I don't know.
True.
Interesting.
Yeah, but anyway, I just thought that was interesting. So, guys, if you ever thought about trying one of those after hours parties, 2 things. Number 1, maybe this is the time to try it because as a DVC member, the prices are more reasonable. So, $99 for Epcot, which was the best, was a great deal. The Hollywood Studios ones are a little higher. They're $119. They're normally $149, but you can get them DVC as $119. And then Typhoon Lagoon, of course, theirs is always cheaper, but you can go to Typhoon Lagoon for 3 hours and have the extra time and all that for like $59.
Wow. So,
you can make a day of it at Typhoon Lagoon with free snacks all evening for $60. And actually they're the only ones that has a lower price for kids. $5 less. So.
Wow.
Although if you want to go down and just have a quick taste of the parks and get away from home for a couple days.
Right.
one of these parties, a couple resort dinners, hit Disney Springs. You've got a nice little weekend.
Yeah.
And think about that. If you're going down for a quick trip, that first night or 2 nights on a park ticket is so high.
So expensive.
That makes all the sense in the world. Book a couple of those, do one on a Wednesday, do one on a Thursday, sleep in.
Yeah, you don't have to get up early after doing that.
Yeah.
This might be a new way to vacation.
Yeah, there you go.
I know on TikTok there's a trend right now, especially here in the Northeast and in New York, where we have so many airports accessible. I have seen so many TikToks of couples who will leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, land, spend a day there, and fly right back out. And apparently that's becoming very popular to do. And I could see, somebody doing this and then flying out on the red eye or something like that and leaving.
I'm the kind of guy that would do that if I lived somewhere where I could travel in that fast, nonstops.
Right.
Yeah.
Get on a plane, get there, do it, go home.
Have some dinners, head back home. Be up for work the next morning.
Absolutely.
What'd you do yesterday?
I could pull those off because my wife could, she can't take a lot of extra days. So just
like I just have a business trip, honey.
Yeah. What were you saying, Tim? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you got airlines you can depend on.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
thanks a lot for reminding us of that.
I know it's more. Got to be prepared, though. You really do.
You got to be ready.
Oh my goodness!
Since I basically locked in to fly Southwest most of the time, thank you for reminding me. Appreciate it very much.
They did not a great run there for a while. I think they're back though. I haven't heard anything recently.
Nah, they've been
flying them next weekend to Texas. So fingers crossed that they've got their act together.
Okay, we're at in Texas.
I'm going to see my grandmother in Dallas.
Oh,
very excited. Shout out.
I won't miss you by much either.
We're just ships passing.
I know. I've got to go out there and a couple weeks after that for my daughter's graduation. College graduation.
That'll
just
be
out of Dallas. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Flying right in Dallas. So
okay. Wave hi at my kids when you land.
I will do that. I will wave and say, Brad.
Katie, hi. Hey, now, have you guys been following the news on the new DVC lounge?
No, I saw you say something about that. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so being the Disneyland guy,
the Disneyland guy.
Yeah, that's still my home park. I still love Disneyland. I do enjoy Disney World, but they have finally gotten around to putting in a DVC lounge at Disneyland. And to be honest with you, now I haven't been to it yet. I've only looked at pictures and I don't know if they're just concepts or how close it is, but it's actually opening officially on April 18th. So the pictures I'm seeing could very well be, the final product. But it's actually going to be called the Star View Lounge. And when you see pictures, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it gives you that feeling like you're going to like Space 220.
Okay.
It does.
They put it inside of Tomorrowland, inside the park, inside of Disneyland Park, inside of Tomorrowland. And so you go inside and it's all about the stars and the planets. And so far it's looking pretty impressive. Now, I haven't read much on it, but I'm sure it's going to offer the same kind of things they offer at the one at Disney World.
I love the colors the color palette, the purples and the blue. It does have that. It also reminds me of, remember when you used to be exiting Space Mountain and you would go up the little non-stair elevator and there would be the whole vignette of like the robot serving the martini in the kitchen. It has that feel to me and I was really excited about it. And then I figured out it was in Disneyland and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks pretty snazzy.
It does.
And
nice.
And it's got some great views by the looks of things. So
do you know what the views are? Like where exactly is it? It's in Tomorrowland.
And that I didn't see.
Okay. I'm just curious as far as location.
Because it only shows, the one picture only shows because most of it doesn't show any view. Maybe that picture that I just saw isn't a part of that resort.
Okay.
Well, I think it is. No, it's that's something else. Yeah, because every picture I'm seeing of the lounge is like closed in.
Yes.
Dark.
Same. It's
Lots
not
of
like
lamps.
there's viewing windows or anything like that. The one
Right.
article that I did read after I saw it on the list, the one thing that intrigued me was that they had that they would also feature a lot of like Disney and space memorabilia from like early Disneyland attractions and things like that. So that kind of sounded really cool.
And that's very much a Disneyland thing. They're very much about their history and, so yeah, they'll their Trader Sam's approach is way different than the Trader Sam's approach at Disney World.
I did just read right now. It's located in the space on the second floor of the Star Wars Launch Bay building.
Oh, well, that
probably means much more to you than it does to me.
yeah, well, yeah, it's similar to, well, really not. Yeah, but yeah, that makes sense that they put it there though, because then that's why they call it Starview, and it's just above that, and so it's going to all kind of tie into the theming. So,
and will it operate like Bay Lake does, where you have to show your card and the whole?
They haven't announced any of that I know of, but I'm confident they will, because it's only open to members with valid park tickets and reservation to Disneyland Park. And then I believe they also have to show their digital card.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I didn't see anything in there about talking about what they're going to offer, but I'm sure it's going to be the same kind of thing at Disney World. Or snacks and sodas and places to sit down, lots of places to charge your stuff. Literally, I've been to the one at Epcot one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you're going so much. You're like, I don't have time to slow down.
That's exactly. We tried several times over the last, post-COVID, but it's like every time we go, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're closing in 3 minutes." You can't.
We're closing in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, well, I didn't want to come during the day. I didn't come here to sit in the lounge. I came to enjoy the park. Now's a good time to relax. Stay open.
Yeah, I remember when they had those for a time for annual pass holders, and we thought they were the coolest thing when they first launched them. And I think I went into one once, and that was it. It was very cool, but it just, wasn't.
It wasn't cool enough.
Experience I was after.
Yeah. Let me see. Am I going to go try to ride Guardians, or am I going to go sit in the DVC lounge?
Yeah.
Pretty sure Guardians is going to win.
I'm
going to win. I'm sure. Yeah.
Rebecca's
Tron.
Yeah, exactly. So
Rebecca's more of a Club 33 girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Although I did go up to Space 220, and I have to say that was a really incredible experience.
Was it a good meal?
So I did not eat there.
Oh, okay.
We actually did a wait online just to go up and sit in the lounge in the bar. And we only waited about 20 minutes in between the lunch and the dinner shift change, which seemed to be the perfect time to try and ease in there. And they will let you up into the lounge on a first come, first serve basis as they have space. And so we managed to go up while we were there during Christmas. And it was really neat. My daughter, who is a science teacher and loves space, was just in heaven.
Yeah.
Literally in the heavens.
Now, when was it that you were able to do that? When was that?
So we did that when it was actually Christmas Eve that we were in the park. And I honestly had been so checked out kind of Disney that I didn't realize it had opened. I knew it was coming, but didn't realize it had opened. And my daughter was like, "What is this place?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." And so she, having been trained well by me in the past.
Yeah, exactly. You let me down, Mom.
I was like, I don't have reservations. She's like, well, let's just see what happens. And so it was, like I said, it was around 3:30. So it was before they opened for dinner. They were resetting from lunch. And we waited in line right there at Mission Space, I think, where you go up. We waited in line maybe 25 minutes. And then the three of us went up. We got to sit at the bar. We had some really cool drinks. And ordered some appetizers, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers and my toes and whatever else can bring me luck. That they're still doing I've heard mixed mixed statements as to whether they're doing the standby line anymore.
Okay. Well, fingers
if anybody
crossed.
out there knows, let us know on Resort Loop.
Please.
And our
The bartender there was incredible. He was so friendly. He has his own Facebook group. It was actually really cool.
Well, you can tell your daughter, hey, honey, even if I'd have gone online to get a reservation, I wouldn't have got one.
It wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it wouldn't have happened. So, but yeah.
I went on to get mine. Unfortunately, I forgot. And so it was like the day and a half later after my window opened, I went, oh no. And I went on, and my daughter wanted to do Ohana for her. They're celebrating their second anniversary there. So they wanted to do He Loves Ohana. And it was sold out, and we wanted to try Woody's Roundup, and that was not available. And we wanted to try Beaches and Cream, and no availability. And of course, Space 220, which no. So far, though, I use one of those softwares. I've been able to get Woody's, and I was able to get Ohana.
Okay.
So I'm not holding my breath on Space 220. I've used those other softwares and stuff, paid for everything, and tried, 20 reservations pop up. Space. In fact, I saw 6 just yesterday for Space. No, that was for Woody's. But the last time, like 10 or 12.
Wow.
Quick, got a party of 4 for Space 220. I click within 10 seconds.
Gone.
Just never could get it.
Wow.
I'm praying that the standby line works, because outside of Guardians, I'm good with Epcot. I just want to do Guardians. I've never done it.
I do Guardian. We'll send lots of pixie dust your way.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, before we wrap it up, I found one thing I want to talk about, just because I think it's kind of cool and interesting at the same time.
Fascinated by this.
I know.
This is crazy.
So Hyundai has partnered with the Disney company. First of all, I don't know why it wasn't General Motors, but hey, there's got to be a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I don't remember them buying any space in any of our parks, in Disneyland or Disney World.
Right.
Yeah, what? Hyundai?
Hyundai. They find folks that bring you Kia and cars you can steal with a USB cord.
Which is, my wife drives a Kona, so be careful.
Well,
Listen, we have 2 Kias in our family.
if y'all push button start, you're fine.
Yep.
But apparently the Hyundai Ioniq 5 they have a Disney 100 Platinum concept. Now, I thought this was a concept car that you couldn't buy, but now I'm not too sure.
I think you can buy
That's what I'm thinking. It says, for the first time, Disney has opened the doors to its design studio and granted access to its iconic characters for an artistic collaboration with an automaker. Ioniq 5 is our flagship all-electric vehicle. We are excited to share a limited edition that will deliver an unforgettable experience for any Disney fan. Oh, it's everything you love about Ioniq 5. I don't know what I love about Ioniq 5, but hey.
It's the lights. For me right now, it's the headlights.
Yeah.
It is.
Pictures.
It looks like a disco ball in the front of your car.
I definitely have a rave in this car.
But just as a heads up to those that are out there that are wondering, no, it doesn't have Mickey ears.
No.
It does not have polka dots. They're saying it's a Disney car, 100th anniversary, but outside of some pretty colors and stuff. But who knows? I mean, we still don't know everything about it. But
it says with special Disney-inspired visual accents and entertainment, including lighting and iconic Disney music. It sounds like you're driving by Spaceship Earth with the lighting package on there. Making a grand entrance Disney style, we unveiled our Hyundai Ioniq 5 100 Platinum concept at the New York Auto Show. And then they say to check back at Hyundai for later things, and they have a little form if you're interested to fill out.
Well, what I did find with a quick search is that the MSRP for this car starts at around $45,000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
However, you are eligible for up to $3,000 in tax credits.
Wow.
But Ioniq is an all electric, right?
I think it is. Yeah.
So 43,000 for an all electric is not that.
Yeah.
Out of the scope.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go.
Your first Disney car, if you went on the Disney car, although it needed a little more something on the outside, I think, to say.
I think I'm not quite convinced I feel it. It's got you know what it's got? It's got that princess feel, like the Cinderella princess ball kind of feel to it. It's super Disney.
Right. Right.
And I feel like it's a missed opportunity on those hubcaps for it not to be a hidden Mickey.
There you go.
Really? Exactly.
So,
See, that was my thing. I wouldn't want some emblazoned, decal on the side. I don't need
want a
Mickey ears. I don't
minivan.
need it to be ridiculous. But if they'll add a few little things that actually really make it Disney,
Yeah.
you
I
won't
love
be able to
those
get one of these ordered. They'll be sold out.
If I open the
love
door,
those stated ones.
if I open the door and it says, please stand clear of the doors, I'm in.
I love it. hey, you have that trademarked for Resort Loop, right?
You need to
Oh, I'm
copyright
sure.
this episode right now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Whew.
That would be phenomenal.
We don't need them to come and shut down this podcast. Okay, so just calm down.
That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I wonder when they're going to be available. Did it say?
I think it was just a later this year thing from what I kind of remember.
Okay.
I think I might have just clicked off of it, unfortunately. Oh my gosh.
I don't
Well,
need
there
it.
is a form at the end of it that says if you would like to be kept informed of when the concept car is available.
Oh, can you see a bunch of people Disney bounding and wearing their ears going to their Hyundai dealership? Like, oh, we got another one of these. Break out the Ioniq 5.
Oh, my God.
Parks would experience an absolute en masse exodus. To the
And the dealer looks at him and goes, "We were given 2. They were gone or within 3 minutes of when they arrived. Okay,
That's right.
You can stop dropping by."
Or better yet, you go out to the parking lot at the end of your day in Magic Kingdom, and the whole parking lot is nothing but Ioniq 5.
Yeah, they got a special. It comes with a special private parking area.
And so you hit your key fob to do the unlock thing, so you can hear it, and it just does like the cruise ships and plays.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we got you. We've already designed this.
Oh,
For
I
you.
know what. Hey, those of you out there at Hyundai, we are available.
Yeah,
That's right.
4 feet.
That's right.
Small fee.
And a car.
If you dial this in, we can. You just need some Disney people to dial it in for you.
Right. Man, Tim, that was a great find.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
And do us a favor,
Yes.
Hyundai, please do not use Disney's IT.
No. No, they'll let you know.
Please.
Can you imagine trying to start your car with your Magic
Oh.
Band?
And realizing, it's linked to my daughter's account now for some reason, and I can't get into my own car.
Yeah, or you have 47 Magic Bands that you never deactivated.
Strangely enough, the lease lasts until 21 years after the death of the youngest living descendant of King Charles.
Charles, final.
Then you return the car.
I saw that deal you did on that. That was
It'd be great if they did those to the DVC deeds.
Oh,
Oh my God! Yeah, exactly. You want to make it worth more? Just follow that same model. That's
All of
perfect.
that rule of perpetuities.
There you go.
2054. That's no good. We'll just wait till the final descendant dies.
oh. Well, guys, we need to wrap this up on that Hyundai
we do.
note.
On
Yeah.
a Hyundai note.
Yeah.
So good to see you guys.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Rebecca, thanks for joining us. Where can people find you?
Mostly at my desk at work, but you will find me in Disney on the first weekend in May, which actually corresponds with Cinco de Mayo. So I'm very excited about that if you know me. And you can also find me at Twitter at Tequila Becca, on Facebook at the Resort Loop Live. What do we call it? Something?
Looper Nation Live.
Looper Nation Live.
Looper Nation Live. And when Tim isn't too busy over here at the podcast.
True. True.
When Tim texts us.
That's right. Please.
And Rebecca and I always say yes, and those other two, they're important.
They're busy
They're
people. They're very
You
busy.
know,
Busy.
they're keeping everything together out there in the real world
That's
for
right.
us.
Hey, Brad, where can somebody find you? Reach out to you.
So yeah, I'm pretty much just hanging out at Looper Nation Live. You can find me at Family Fun Travels by Brad on Facebook, and then I'll actually be at Disney World, and I'd love it if somebody reaches out at Looper Nation or whatever. I'll be out there for a very fast trip, so April 25th and 26th. I'll only be there for 2 days, flying back home on the 27th. But then the end of May, I'll be there for 7 days with my family. My youngest daughter's graduating from college and celebrating her wedding that happened in January to her new husband. So we're taking all the kids and they're our new son-in-laws to stay in Savannah View rooms at Animal Kingdom and kind of doing our last big splash with our kids before they run off and raise their own families. So.
Awesome.
What's that?
I still want you to adopt me.
Yeah. The house is empty. I'd say there's a room available, but no, this right here, this is now my office. This was Katie's room.
Oh,
my wife has taken over the other daughter's. That's her office now.
Love that empty nesting.
Yeah, so the kids, there's a fold out, cot.
Don't make it too comfortable.
No, blow up mattress that leaks.
That's right.
Well, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Tim Scott. Facebook, what we have is Instagram, Looper Nation Live over Facebook, our private Facebook group where we all kind of get together and we do things. And I just realized it was Wednesday. I didn't do a Wednesday thing. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Where are you Wednesday? We're here at the Looper Podcast.
I know. We're busy. We got things to do. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Tim Scott. You've been listening to The Gateway to the Magic. Take us out.
See everybody.
See everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.